I can't believe it, but we're already super close to another test run. Feels like we just kind of got over the spring test run, then there's a little bit of a break, and now we're already talking about the summer test run. So I think it's highly likely that next week we get summer test run. Last year, 2020, they released the summer test run on July 1st. Not sure if they're going to keep up that exact same schedule. Probably not, but maybe June 30th. That'll be a Wednesday. Maybe that could be the day. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But yeah, somewhere around there. Probably next week is going to be the next test run. If not next week, then the week after. But the amount of teasing that they've done in the last week or so, it seems like it's definitely going to be dropping next week, because they released so many dev diaries and a producer's letter, and they did KL Live where they talked about other things and they teased things. They've given us screenshots. The thumbnail picture that I used was one of the screenshots of an upcoming quest. So we've just gotten a lot of teasers in a short period of time. So that makes me feel like they're just ready to kind of give us all of this in a test run really soon. But I want to talk about these things and kind of go over my expectations, what we can expect from this test run. It's going to give you guys an idea. I'm not going to go into a super, detailed explanation of all of it, because might as well just wait for test run itself. So to start things off, the reason that I'm in the Arcanum is because the thing that I'm most excited for is going to be the continuation of the Lemuria questline. Now, if you didn't watch my video, these are main quests that you will have to do in order to get to Lemuria. They're basically the pre-quest. A lot of worlds have these pre-quests where you have to do a bunch of things before you can actually get to the world itself. And they're already giving us those early for Lemuria. Last time, the old one stood right here and he gave us the new quest. At the end of the quest, it said to be continued. So this is the continuation of that. We're going to get part 2 of the quest line. And I don't know where the old one's going to pop up this time, but I'll probably do that as one of my first videos of the test run, because I'm excited to see where the quest line goes. We have a screenshot of the old one standing there looking at some kind of door or gate, something like that. And I don't even know where that is, but kind of looks like, I don't know, either like Mirage or Imperia, something like that. But he's going to take us to a world and have us do little various things, defeat people. I don't know, maybe give us some cool dialogue that hints at what we're actually going to see in the new world. But that is going to be one of the first things that I cover in the new test realm. So that is something to look forward to. Another thing that I've been waiting for them to add to one of these test realms this year was the first time user experience updates. And they're finally doing it in the summer test realm. I expected them to do it last test realm during the spring, but they didn't get to it. But now they are continuing this with Firecat Alley, Cyclops Lane, and Dark Cave. I don't think they said anything about Colossus, but they are going to be updating those streets. Basically what this means is they're going to be kind of going through the quest line and updating it where they think they should and adding things. I know they're adding a new character, a new NPC into Firecat Alley. So we'll take a look at that when they update it. I don't know if I'm going to have to make a new character to go through it. Probably. If we do, then I'll just make a new character and we'll go through it and see what it's like, because I'm excited for Firecat Alley and Cyclops Lane to get the same treatment that we got in Triton Avenue. So right off the bat, we're already getting a couple new quests that they're going to be adding into the game with this test run. One for max level, and I don't even know how many for the early levels, because when they did Triton, they added some new quests in there too. So I'm sure they're going to do the same thing for Cyclops and Firecat. But we have that to look forward to. So Falmea put out a dev diary recently called Socialization 101. And she just talks about all the ways that they're trying to get players to communicate in-game more and interact with each other more, quests together in a easier way, all that kind of stuff. When I was reading through this, I was just thinking in my head, most people that quest together are not only communicating through the game itself while they're questing. There's just no way. Most people probably use Discord, and using voice is the easiest way to communicate. Wiz is never going to add voice chat into the game. There's just no way. So people probably use Discord. And even the chat system, even typing in this game is, I mean, at least you have emojis, right? But, but yeah, even typing in this game is not ideal because of all the whitelist and the blacklist of words that they have. So it's pretty crazy. And I'm sure most people use other methods of communicating, but at least they're adding things in the game to have players kind of find other players on the same quest. This was super good to have, so if they expand upon that, then that's a good thing. There was a section in that dev diary where Filmania talks about changes that they're going to make in the future, probably in the next test round, and the list was more grouping changes. She says, we'd like to give perks for having a full group of 4 players. And then she also asks, would you like to always go first in PvE? Have increased drop rates, quest drops only, not farming loot. Oh, come on. See, of course they're going to make it quest drops only. I wonder if that got edited, because I feel like they didn't say it the first time I read it. But they're saying like increased drop rates in terms of the collect quests. Though I feel like collect quests are already decent now. They're not as bad as they used to be. But going first in PvE would be good. Or allowing us to choose our order in the group. If we're in a group of 4 people, choosing our order, who goes first, who goes second, third, fourth. That would be super nice. So that's one of the changes that they're thinking. And that would make more sense, because for a more difficult fight, going first or having the right order really does matter. And if you mess it up, you have to flee, because it's not going to work out. She also says there's adventure parties. Interested in a more permanent way to group up with your friends. While guilds are on our list, they're still pretty far away. Our first step is a bit smaller, sort of guild light system. So they're really wanting us to know that adventure parties are not guilds. I wonder how many people can be in these adventure parties. But yeah, they're not guilds. They're kind of just the pre-guild system that they're adding. So that's interesting. We'll have to see what those are like. And the last bullet point here is combat changes. Frustrated by joining combat half a second too late. What if we allowed players to join during the combat planning phase? Ever wanted to ditch your minion or henchman to let a wizard in? We can let you do that. So they are allowing players to join a battle during the planning phase, during the 30 seconds. That has always been a problem. If you miss the initial like pull of the enemies, you have like a, I don't know, couple second window to join, then that's it. You miss the whole first round. You have to sit there and wait. They're changing it to where you can join during that first 30 seconds if your teammates like wait for you. So that's pretty good. I like that change. That's a super good change if they do that. I'll have to get used to it, because I'm used to, if you miss it, you're like, okay, I can edit my deck or whatever. But if this change happens, then you won't have that time, because you're just going to be immediately put into the battle. So I like that. We also have the ability to delete your minion or henchman, remove it from the battle. That's something that we've never seen. So I kind of like that. You don't have to sacrifice your minion, you know, use one of those spells that nobody ever uses. Sacrifice minion for pips or whatever it is. Now you can actually just get rid of it, let a wizard in. So another good change. There was another dev diary by Ratbeard, and in this one, he just went over a bunch of things relating to PvP, so I'm not going to go over all that. But there were some interesting things that I wanted to pick out because they're related to PvE. And one of those things is the continuation of the stat audit. This time, they're going to be looking at the health of all the schools. And if you look at your health, you can see that there is a base health on all wizards. If you had no gear on, you would have 2,600 health. And this base health is what they're going to be looking at and changing. They want to kind of bridge the gap between the schools in terms of how much health they have. So I guess the schools with the lowest amount of health are obviously Storm, Life, and Death. So Storm, Life, and Death are going to be getting a boost in their health by a few hundred health points, I guess. And they're going to be getting them closer to the base health of other schools. The other schools are going to be getting a health increase too, I think. Probably Ice isn't going to be because it's at the top tier of health. But yeah, they're just kind of bridging that gap between health of all the schools. So Storm is getting a health buff. Same with Life and Death. My Storm might get almost 7,000 health. I don't know. That seems like a lot, but that's what they're doing. So health buff is going to be in the next test round. The other thing that they're going to be adding is they are continuing to add new spells for each school that were previously treasure card spells, or maybe they're going to add new spells completely. And they said they're going to be adding one spell to each school in Ravenwood, just like they did last time. These are more PvP focused spells, but I'm still excited to see what they are, and I'll probably do a video on it. The last ones that we got were Thermic Golem for Storm. We got Stormwing Those are the 2 storm spells. This time Rapid says that they're looking more at the hit plus bubble spells. So Brown Spider, maybe they're going to do that for every school so that each school can have the hit and then put up the bubble in the same spell. Makes sense. But yeah, we'll look at those and you can expect that in the test ROM. So that is going to do it for this video. Just looking at things that we'll probably see in the next test ROM, things that I'm excited for and things to be aware of. But yeah, if you guys are excited for that, please leave a like on this video for test ROM coming out soon. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Also turn on post notifications so you know when I post that first video. Whenever day test ROM comes out, I'll post that video, and then probably some other ones too. Just depends if I get around to it. But yeah, that is it. So thank you guys so much. Look forward to more videos really soon whenever test ROM comes out. I'll see you all next time.